A unique and very important part of our ecosphere is disappearing.
On the canyon fire, which exploded to more than 5,000 acres in less than 24 hours, forcing thousands to evacuate.
Aerial video shows water surrounding homes and covering roads in Bundik Lake after days of heavy rain caused it to rise.
That's 1/5 of the entire Amazon, which is now gone. But it gets even worse than that.
Tansy C, a Singaporean artist, brings attention to these issues with her art. Much of her work depicts the beauty of natural landscapes with the imagery of plants and animals, often from marine biomes. These act as a reminder of what we are losing to pollution and global warming. These works depict the beauty of coral reefs, which struggle to survive due to rising ocean temperatures. In the words of a veteran scuba diver who witnessed the bleaching of corals himself, once, vibrant reefs burst with color. Now they lie as graveyards of brown and gray. This phenomenon is triggered by marine heat waves, which are increasing in frequency due to greenhouse gas emissions. Tan's most prominent installation is called Plastic Ocean. She has put together this immersive sculpture twice, once in Singapore in 2015 and once more 2 years later in Mumbai, India. International recognition of this work shows that Tan has raised climate awareness across different groups of people. Other artists have demonstrated that you can recycle plastic waste by making art with it, but Tan takes a different approach. Plastic Ocean inserts the audience into an installation mimicking an underwater scene full of plastic, as if they were a fish in a polluted sea. This first-person point of view explicitly shows the reality of what is happening to our oceans. They are filling up with plastic. Being surrounded by plastic evokes a crowded, almost claustrophobic feeling in the audience. In Singapore, Tan collected the materials for her installation from her friends and family, as well as various recycling bins and beach cleanups. For the Sassoon Docks Festival in Mumbai, Tan's team purchased the materials from Dharavi's Recycle Market. The installation mostly consists of single-use plastics. Each piece was individually cleaned with help from the women of the Koli community, an agriculturist caste of India. Tan had only 2.5 weeks to complete this installation compared to over 3 months in Singapore. Both installations used around 20,000 pieces of discarded plastic, weighing roughly 500 kilograms. The message given by Plastic Ocean is important. A report released by the World Economic Forum claims that by 2050, in terms of weight, oceans are expected to contain more plastic than fish. In one interview, Tan describes growing up in Singapore as surreal, that the economic prosperity of this country has made her feel naive. She mentioned her interest in documentaries about dark topics and says she is intrigued to learn about the lives of the less fortunate. Her travel to Mumbai gave her a chance to be immersed in a different culture. She felt that she had been conforming to life in Singapore, and that her travel to Mumbai was a great break from that life. Before Plastic Ocean, Tan created a series of hand-drawn illustrations titled An Effort Most Futile. A girl is seen struggling to row through an ocean of trash. Similar to Plastic Ocean, these illustrations also put a person in the place of marine wildlife getting entangled in the plastic waste. Another installation called Invisible Forest by Tan comments on the destruction of ecosystems. Each tent shows a dull and lifeless scene on the outside of the canopy, but once the viewer steps inside, they see a lively and colorful ecosystem that represents what was there before the habitat was destroyed. Tan's artwork brings awareness to the very urgent issue of climate change. Consider what single-use plastics you often discard. How could you limit your consumption of these plastics? And finally, the climate crisis is greatly damaging for numerous populations, but it can be easy for people to ignore. Do you notice the effects of the climate crisis on your own life?